Good evening, everybody. Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today is May 31st, 2026. Just after midnight here in Yucatan, Mexico. And I want to talk to you about the meteor that caused the sonic boom off of the coast of Massachusetts. So earlier today, or Saturday, May 30th, there was a sonic boom caused by a meteor. Hundreds, if not thousands of people called this in, and they called 911 to report a massive sonic boom, which they didn't know if it was some type of earthquake or what had caused this. But this sonic boom was detected at 2:11 p.m. 2:11 p.m. So I want you to see the video and hear this, and then I'm going to share with you what I think this means and what is the message for us. At this time, sonic boom at 2:11 p.m.
This is David Bienick in the Breaking Newsroom here at WCVB. We're going to break into programming here for just a short time to let you know that we are hearing from people all across eastern Massachusetts about a loud boom that happened just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. If you heard it, you're not alone. We are getting reports from north of Boston, south of Boston, and in the city as well. We're working to figure out exactly what this is. We are reaching out to authorities about could it have been an earthquake or some sort of something that happened in the atmosphere, like a comet. Here's what one viewer sent us from the town of Franklin a short time ago.
What the hell is that?
Once again, that was in Franklin. We've seen video from other parts as well. This next video coming in is from North Cambridge.
What the hell is that?
You heard there what sounded like a crash of some sort, but again, we are not sure. Here's another video coming in. Someone shared this from Arlington. Take a look.
Perhaps you were one of the many who heard that thunderous boom shortly after 2 o'clock this afternoon. A bang so loud it prompted a flood of 911 calls in towns along the South Shore and North Shore, all the way out to Metro West and even down to Rhode Island. Well, tonight the experts are telling us it was almost certainly a meteor big enough to create the shock waves that produced that sonic boom. Good evening, everyone. Ken McLeod with you. Quite a few people say the boom actually rattled their homes at precisely 11 minutes after 2. We've got team coverage of this somewhat strange event, so let's get started with an explanation of exactly what happened and what didn't from meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff.
And what a wild afternoon overall. You know, a lot of people asking, was it an earthquake? And we were able to dig into some data. The U.S. Geological Society said no, there were no earthquakes. So that led us to think, was it thunder? Well, our forecast definitely didn't call for thunder. These didn't really have any lightning involved. So we actually used a lightning product and was able to determine it was likely a meteor. And when I say a lightning product, this is a NOAA product that measures flash density. And so at 2:11, as that meteor entered into the atmosphere, it let off this big giant flash of light. And you can see that right off the South Shore there. And so we're able to see exactly where that was. And where it was clear throughout the Northeast, we had about 4 dozen people that reported seeing something in the sky. And through triangulation, they were able to locate that it went over southern New Hampshire and then exploded somewhere off the South Shore. So just a little bit of info. Most of these are the size of a grain of sand and burn up harmlessly as they enter the atmosphere, but they're traveling 25,000 miles per hour, and the sound that we hear is a sonic boom. Sometimes we can hear 2 booms, the initial sonic boom and then the boom of the explosion of the meteor as it dissipates throughout the atmosphere. Really, really interesting stuff. We're using weather satellites and information to help us determine what's falling from the sky. Logan, I know that you are on the South Shore at the moment, talking to some residents. What were you able to find out there in Cohasset?
Yeah, Jacob, it apparently exploded somewhere off the coast just behind us here, and it sounded like a bomb. It felt like an earthquake. It shook my home all the way out in Cambridge, and many people are reporting the same experience all across New England. This could be felt all the way from southern New Hampshire all the way down to Rhode Island, and we're learning a lot from people about what that experience was like. We're actually getting a lot of videos sent in that we want to show you now, showing the moment that boom was seen from several people's homes. Lots of our viewers are sending in videos and calling into our station asking us just what that was.
So they believe this happened closest to Boston and Providence, Rhode Island. What is the meaning of Providence? Providence primarily refers to the protective care of God or a higher power and the foresight or wisdom to prepare for the future. The term is used in two main ways. Divine providence, the concept that God or supreme force continually cares for, guides, and governs the universe and human affairs. It suggests that events happen as part of a grander plan rather than by pure chance. Okay, so this sonic boom has a divine message connected to the meaning of providence. The sonic boom happened at 2:11 p.m. Israel is God's clock, and Israel is exactly 7 hours ahead of Boston. So if it is 2:11 in Boston, whether a.m. or p.m., it is 9:11 in Israel. 2:11 a.m. in Boston is 9:11 a.m. in Israel. 2:11 p.m. in Boston is 9:11 p.m. in Israel. 9/11 in Israel. 9/11 in Israel is the Feast of Trumpets, the first of Tishri, Rosh Hashanah 5787. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, the Feast of Trumpets for Hebrew year 5787, begins at sundown on Friday, September 11th, 2026, and ends at nightfall on Sunday, 13th September 2026. 9:11 p.m. in the evening of 9/11. 2:11 p.m. translates to 9:11 p.m. in Israel. And in the evening of September 11th, the Feast of Trumpets begins. So I just want to point out that my last few videos have been focusing on September 11th, removal of the church on the Feast of Trumpets, September 11th, 2026. The Great and Terrible 9/11, Feast of Trumpets, 1961 and 2026. A number of my last videos have been focusing on the Feast of Trumpets, the Day of Atonement, and especially this whole series of fall feasts that are coming this fall in 2026. So please check out those videos. Today, yesterday, we had a sonic boom. Everyone is calling 9/11. It happened at 2:11, which is 9/11 in Israel, over Providence, Rhode Island. Is God speaking loud and clear? Are you listening to what God is saying to the church? I pray you are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People, the sign of His coming revealed.
What the hell is that?
And so at 2:11, as that meteor entered into the atmosphere, it let off this big giant flash of light. And you can see that right off the south shore there. And so we're able to see exactly where that was.